Round number 2 at our client's property. This is a State Farm claim. So did mark everything up the other day, but storm came through and washed everything off, so it was to be expected. It is the rainy season. I keep forgetting to buy new gloves. These gloves were toast. They stood up all right though. I've had these for about a month or so from Harbor Freight. I mean, they're all right. Let's try the new pitch hopper out. Yes, I do need the Ridge Pro. I'll just get the baby ladder up. That's fine. Excited to try out this new pitch hopper. Smaller size, definitely already lighter. I'm really liking this smaller ladder. It's a lot easier to maneuver. Might need to grab some more chalk because I'm getting really low. I think I'm pretty much out of chalk too. I got these little itty bitty pieces. That's not good, but we will use what we got. I am concerned that the shingle is possibly discontinued, so what I'm going to do is measure the exposure length to see what we've got going on. Oh yeah, this pitch hopper is already way better. Light, easy to carry up. Nice. Feels good with the new Cougar paws. Nice and easy climb to the top. This, the Assassin's Creed walk. One thing you need to know about me, I am a total nerd. Beautiful. And let's mark up. Okay, so again, I'm gonna keep an eye out for possible hail, but again, I'm just seeing what I saw last time, the tar, some nail pop. Now, if you're new to public adjusting, contracting, whatever, roofing, build up a good rapport with your insurance adjusters, because then they'll start to trust you more. When you do good business, you do good work, people tend to trust you. I don't know, just makes sense. We're gonna wait for the inspector to come, do the damage counts, do the official count and the official photo inspection. But when they're done, I went ahead and spoke with the inspector about this, not the inspector, the inside adjuster about this, and I'm suspecting this shingle is possibly discontinued, just given it is a 20-year 3 tab. And this exposure, take a look here at this exposure. Yeah, this exposure is under 5 inches. Now, your typical exposure on the market today is 5 inches flat. This exposure is under 5 inches. So when it comes to length, insurance companies were going to say that, hey, listen, roofers cut the length of shingles all the time, right? So when it comes to patching this, you know, if your shingle is too long, the insurance company's gonna say, hey, you can just cut. Roofers cut shingles all the time. I don't like that. I don't believe that's a correct assertion, because yes, roofers do cut shingle lengthwise in the field of a roof like this, but like, for example, that pipe boot right there, or like if there was a turtle vent or something. But when roofers do that, they provide extra protection. So like if there was a vent here and this shingle had to be cut, so you have flashing, that pipe boot over there, you have a pipe boot that goes underneath those shingles surround it. So although yes, a lot of adjusters, insurance adjusters that say, oh, well, roofers cut the shingles in the field of roofs all the time, they are technically correct. That does happen. However, there's extra protection that's added with those cuts. Again, I'm not a roofer. If you're a roofer, go ahead and comment down below. Would you want to cut a shingle down to fit? I mean, doesn't that void warranty as well? Like the wind rating and all that? I don't know. I just don't think that's right. However, one thing for sure you cannot do, and I'll debate with any adjuster all day long, is cut the shingle to fit a certain exposure length, right? Because that messes with the water shedding ability of the shingle. So and I've never had a lot of pushback from adjusters when it comes to exposure issues. You know, adjusters tend to understand that. So maybe I've had, in my entire experience as a public adjuster, 1 or 2 claims where I've had an adjuster say, oh, well, you can cut the exposure length. That's not gonna fly. Of course, we got those approved. Yeah, I'll pull the shingle, leave it out for State Farm to collect, and they will send it off to their RLS lab to see what shingle they recommend is the most closest to kind, like, and quality of the shingle that's currently on the roof. And I suspect it's going to be a lot darker than this roof. A lot darker. This roof has seen some years. And adjusters will try to argue like, hey, listen, you know, the roof shingles, yeah, they're brand new. Of course they're going to be darker and they'll fade over time, but how long? 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 1 year? How long is it going to take to actually fade in? So we've done tests before in the past with reasonable appearance, and done a test for 30 days and 60 days. Shingles are just as dark on the 30-day and 60-day test as they were when we installed it. So at that point, yes, the adjuster's correct. It will fade over time, but is that reasonable? The whole point with State Farm of reasonable appearance is, hey, is it going to provide reasonable appearance, not only reasonable look, but in a reasonable amount of time? Yeah, any shingle, no matter how dark and how black, after 20 years, it's going to look like this. That's not fair for the client, is it? To have to wait 20 years? I don't think so. With the Rich Pro, you don't want to swing out too much, because then that happens. That does not feel good. This is sealed. I'm going to call this mechanical as well. And listen, if you're an inspector, contractor, don't be afraid of the word mechanical. Mechanical doesn't necessarily mean vandalism or manual manipulation from a human. It just means that, you know, it is not damage caused by a single weather event, a manufacturer defect. Mechanical could mean footfall from contractors walking up and down, or from animals walking through. This right here, again, I consider mechanical based off, you know, a manufacturer defect. So don't be afraid to mark up mechanical. Inspectors, adjusters will respect you more if you do call out the nonsense. Purely sealed, so mechanical again. This is all footfall. But the reason why showing mechanical damages as well is important, like, look at the condition of this roof, right? You've got all this mechanical damage, footfall, just wear and tear over the years, just, you know, a faulty shingle possibly, I don't know. I mean, this shingle is a 20-year 3-tab that's, you know, getting up there in years, 20 years for sure. So imagine issuing a repair and then the contractor has to climb up with all the bundles on their backs. I mean, all of this is going to get tore up. So it's good to identify the mechanical, the wear and tear, general condition of a roof as well, just to be fair for all parties involved. But as far as wind's concerned, I'm not seeing any more on this side. Let's go ahead and hop on over. Here's the big bird marks that I saw before last time. I don't know why I call it big bird, just reminds me of Big Bird's pole. This is the darker side of the roof. It's harder to find wind just because it's harder to see. This right here, mechanical there. See, I like seeing the sides of the roof that are more worn because it's easy to find. You would think with all the overcast it wouldn't be that hot, but this humidity is absolutely monstrous. All right, let's see what else we got. Let me know in the comments down below if you see any wind that I missed, at least on this slope. It's just so hard to see with the darker color. Really hard to see. I don't know the steepness of this side here, but looks to be about up, maybe an 8. Not too bad. It's less steep than the main dwelling. These gables here. Easy peasy wind over here. What else we got? See some mechanical down there. Nothing else from this side. Let me go over here. Hope you're enjoying the ride. I think it's soothing. Just hearing a little bit of silence and some chalk on the roof. It's an enjoyable sound for sure. I like being up on roofs. You get to disconnect a little bit from phone calls, social media, just you and the roof. And the wind damage. Just wind, brother. I don't find any hail. Excuse me, my friend. Oh. The good thing about coming to adjustments with inspectors and outside adjusters is that you can check each other's work. So there's times where I may see something I consider wind damage or hail. Inspector will say, yeah, let's take a second look at that. And vice versa too. So inspectors are not your enemy out here. Whenever you're on a roof, nobody's your enemy, because common roofs are dangerous. So be respectful of everybody. Everybody's just doing a job, and have an open mind. So this right here You would think that's wind, but it's sealed, and then you've got that same mark that I keep seeing on the other one, so considering that mechanical as well. I really hate when the shingles are this dark, man. You can't see anything.
This is north and east.
There's one. See how hard that is to find? Like on this slope, you could see it from a mile away almost, where the wind damage is, but on the north-facing slopes, you don't get a lot of sun.
What causes there less likely to be damage on the north slopes is their condition. Because they see less sun, they wear less.
Boom. You heard it here, folks. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Have an open mind. You're always, my father always told me, you can learn from anybody. It doesn't matter if it's the CEO of a company, the janitor of a company. You can always learn.
Crease at the top, but it also has that crease in the middle. It's sealed down, and it's on the same line as these other two that you bought.
Perfect. Yep. Toe board. Perfect.
That's what causes it.
Do you mind explaining to the people what toe board is?
So it looks like in this case they actually use the bracket.
Okay.
Which is installed up underneath of the shingle.
Okay.
And then it holds 2x10.
Gotcha.
Which sometimes presses into the roof, especially when it has weight.
Okay.
Which causes these marks.
That makes total sense. That I was thinking it was a manufacturer defect, but what you're saying makes total sense, especially since it's on the same line.
And that's why you see it on the same line. That's down on the edges where, you know, they just keep their material and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Appreciate you, Michael. Michael's been roofing since he was 15, so he definitely knows a lot more about roofs than I do. Let's keep on moving forward here. Michael, what do you think about this one, brother?
The top one?
Yeah, is that just tar?
Yes.
Is that just sloppy install?
Yeah, they could have rested another shingles tar line on top of there for only a second, but it was enough to,
gotcha.
As hot as these get, it's enough to transfer sometimes.
Gotcha. Let's see. I missed one of it. There you go. Let's keep looking. See, Michael's got a good eye. During normal wear and tear, you think that's footfall from contractors going up and down? Yeah, that's what I suspect too. So if you see here, this does look like an easy access point. So sometimes when contractors will come up to do repairs or do assessments, if you see damage that looks like that, I mean, it's literally somebody's boot going up and down.
It's so important for us to wear these.
Yeah, the cougar paws.
We don't cause stuff like that.
Yep,
yep. I can almost guarantee the big one.
You think it was from like a Timberland or something? Let's see.
They get so soft when they're...
You can see the tread? Hold on, guys. Let me get close. Let me show you.
You can almost see it line up exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Which means it likely wasn't a roofer, but maybe a siding guy.
Perfect imprint right there. So yeah, guys, you know, if you're getting into adjusting, getting into inspections, please get the cougar paws. Not only is it a safety thing, but to Mike's point, you know, you protect the shingles too. Remember what I told you on the last video, guys? It's not a race. Don't try to impress anybody climbing. As you could tell, Mike's been doing this since he was 15. He's super smooth up here.
Give me 2 stories, it changes.
Fair enough. I've been climbing for about 4 months. So listen, when you're up here on a roof, don't try to impress anybody. It's all about safety first. Watch out for each other. Take your time. Do your thing. Because the last thing you want to do is fall off a roof, and then you're out of business.
Well, anybody embarrass you or shame you into doing something you're not ready for either.
I love it, Mike. I love it. That's correct. We'll sample at the front door. Take a photo of it for the adjuster. I'm definitely needing some water after this because I am feeling a wee tad bit lightheaded. This humidity is no joke. Dehydration is no joke. I am feeling the effects right now. My shirt is soaked, overheated, no fun. The clouds held out, didn't get any rain. That's positive. Close this up. I gotta get in the car and drink some water ASAP. Oh, water's empty. Oh no. Luckily, my wife has me covered. These things right here are lifesavers. These little towels. My brother put me on these. Just put it in a water source, get them all soaked up. There for a second to get nice and soaked. And here, screw it, I'm just gonna drink it straight out of this. Oh, that's so good. Oh man. Jesus H. Christ Almighty, Lord above us. That was intense. We were running on the edge there for a second. And this thing just rinse it out. Boom. This job is not for the faint of heart. Oh, heaven on earth, man. Oh, that feels good. Jeez. Let me get situated, I'll see you in a minute.